All right, so today we're doing a deep dive into Buckalew Financial Services.
Okay.
We're going to be taking a look at their website,
Sounds good.
see what we can learn about what they offer.
Right.
Especially, I'm really interested in, those customer testimonials,
Yeah.
and then just sort of like, see if their services might be a good fit for you as a listener.
It's always interesting, to kind of see how companies present themselves online.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of story they're trying to tell.
For sure. Well, their tagline is "Protect your family with us," which is, that's pretty strong, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they also talk about going above and beyond and having a reputation for excellence, friendliness, and results.
Okay.
So what's your take on this kind of messaging?
I mean, clearly they're trying to evoke a sense of trust, right?
Yeah.
Security, especially with that emphasis on protect and family.
Right.
They're tapping into this need for financial stability and peace of mind.
For sure.
It's a pretty common strategy, I think, in financial services marketing.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see how they layer these emotive terms, throughout their website copy.
Yeah, for sure. So they talk a big game, but what exactly do they offer? So let's break down some of these service categories.
Okay.
They list final expenses, senior benefits, retirement solutions, income protection, and peace of mind.
Wow, so those are very broad categories,
Yeah.
which makes me think they probably offer a wide range of services within each one.
Right.
Final expenses, I would imagine, probably refers to planning for funeral costs,
Yeah.
end-of-life expenses,
Yeah, for sure.
which can be, sensitive but important topic for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And then senior benefits probably encompasses things like Medicare and Social Security guidance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That can be a very confusing landscape to navigate.
It is. It is. And, they might be positioning themselves as experts in helping seniors maximize those benefits and, make informed decisions about their healthcare coverage.
Right, right. And then there's retirement solutions, which I would imagine that's a pretty big bucket.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could encompass everything, from investment strategies, retirement income planning, managing 401k rollovers, IRAs. It's really the cornerstone of, most financial planning.
Right, right.
Okay.
And then income protection, that sounds kind of intriguing. What do you think falls under that umbrella?
I would guess it could include things like disability insurance.
Okay.
Which, protects your income if you can't work.
Yeah.
Due to illness or injury. It might also involve strategies for protecting assets, from lawsuits or creditors.
Interesting. Okay. And then peace of mind is a little more ambiguous, but I guess it speaks to their overall goal, right? Of helping clients feel financially secure.
Yeah, I think so. It seems like kind of a catch-all category.
Yeah.
But emphasizing those emotional benefits of financial planning. They're trying to, reduce financial stress.
Yeah.
And achieve a sense of security.
Right. Okay, so they seem to offer, quite a range of services.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me wonder about their team. They mention having more than 1,400 software experts.
Software experts?
Yes, software experts.
That seems like an odd detail to highlight for a financial services company.
It does, right.
Yeah.
It's an unusually large number, and it definitely raises some questions.
Like, are they a tech company masquerading as a financial services firm?
Right. Or do they have just this massive back-end operation?
Yeah.
That relies heavily on technology.
Maybe they've developed, like, some proprietary software.
Yeah.
For, financial modeling or client management or who knows.
Yeah, it's hard to say without more context.
Yeah, it's definitely a point that, warrants further investigation.
For sure. So let's move on to something I find particularly interesting. Their focus on retirement services.
Okay.
They use some pretty strong language.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't have another sleepless night about your retirement.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a clear example of, using that emotional appeal to target anxieties around retirement for sure.
Yeah.
They're acknowledging a very real fear,
right,
that a lot of people have. The fear of outliving their savings.
Yeah.
Not having enough to maintain their lifestyle in retirement.
Right. And it's powerful because it speaks directly to those concerns.
Absolutely.
They also have 3 blog posts specifically about retirement.
Okay.
Let's see. What is Index Universal Life Insurance?
Mm-hmm.
How to get tax-free income for retirement, with a question mark.
Yeah.
and retirement solutions, planning for a secure future.
So it seems like they're really trying to position themselves as experts in these areas.
Yeah.
Indexed universal life insurance is a complex financial product. It can be used for various purposes,
Right.
including retirement planning. It's worth noting it's not without its critics.
Oh, okay.
And it's important to really understand its features, potential risks, before, considering it.
Okay. And then the other two titles, How to Get Tax-Free Income for Retirement.
Yeah.
And Retirement Solutions, Planning for a Secure Future. I mean, those are definitely appealing.
Yeah, who wouldn't want tax-free income and a secure future? Right.
Exactly.
They're really playing to people's aspirations and desires.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, what specific strategies they recommend in these blog posts.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a smart strategy, right?
Yeah.
To address these common concerns head on.
Right.
And, offer potential solutions. Speaking of solutions, let's take a look at what people are actually saying about Buckalew.
Okay.
So they've got a few testimonials here.
Okay, great.
Let's see. We got Jennifer Hurley in Brandon, Beely Russell in Valrico, and Mitchell Harward in Tampa.
I'm noticing a pattern here. All local clients.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
What do you make of that?
It could be a deliberate choice, right?
Yeah.
To highlight that connection to the community.
Yeah, for sure.
Make them seem more relatable, trustworthy to potential clients in the area.
Right. So Jennifer, the small business owner, she praises their expertise and guidance.
Okay.
Beely was impressed with their professionalism and knowledge when she was purchasing a life insurance policy. And Mitchell, a longtime customer, he highlights their friendly service and ability to meet his needs.
So there's definitely a consistent theme here, right?
Yeah.
Professionalism, knowledge, helpfulness.
Yeah.
It creates a very, positive impression of the company and the team.
For sure. But as you mentioned earlier, it's important to remember that these are curated testimonials.
Right, exactly.
We're only seeing the positive feedback. So.
Yeah.
It's wise to seek out additional reviews, beyond just the company website, to get a more balanced perspective.
Always a good idea to do your own research, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Gather information from multiple sources before making any financial decisions.
Absolutely, 100%. So let's shift gears a bit and look at their blog.
Okay.
Besides the retirement posts that we talked about, they also have articles titled Benefits of Medicare Advantage for Veterans.
Right.
And 10 Essential Insurance Tips to Protect Your Future.
So it seems like they're branching out, right?
Yeah.
Into more specific niches with their content.
Yeah.
Targeting veterans, with information about Medicare Advantage. That's a smart move. This demographic often has unique healthcare needs.
Yeah.
And they might be particularly interested in this type of coverage.
Can you explain a bit more about Medicare Advantage?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I know it's an alternative to traditional Medicare, but I'm not entirely sure how it works.
Yeah, so essentially it's a private insurance plan.
Okay.
That contracts with Medicare to provide coverage. It often includes additional benefits like dental or vision care that traditional Medicare doesn't cover. However, it also comes with certain restrictions.
Okay.
Such as limited provider networks.
Got it. So it's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
It's important to weigh the pros and cons carefully.
Exactly, yeah. The best choice for someone really depends on their specific needs and preferences.
Right. Okay, and those 10 essential insurance tips, I mean, that sounds like a good read for anyone.
Yeah.
Right? It's a reminder that financial planning isn't just about, investments and retirement.
Right.
It's also about, protecting yourself and your assets.
Yeah, insurance is often overlooked.
Yeah.
But it's a, crucial part of a comprehensive financial plan.
Right, okay.
Those tips could offer some valuable insights into, identifying those potential risks.
Yeah.
And choosing the right coverage.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
What are your kind of key takeaways about Buckalew Financial Services based on what we've seen?
So I think, they present themselves as a comprehensive financial services firm.
Yeah.
Offering, a really wide range of services, from final expenses to retirement planning. They definitely lean into those emotional appeals in their marketing.
Yeah.
Especially, when it comes to retirement anxieties.
Right. It's interesting that they highlight, their large team.
Yeah.
Especially the mention of more than 1,400 software experts.
It's peculiar.
It is peculiar. It still makes me wonder about, their technology and how it might play a role in their services.
Yeah, it's a unique aspect.
Yeah.
It sets them apart from many, traditional financial services firms.
Right.
It would be interesting to see, if they have a dedicated section on their website that explains their technology infrastructure.
Yeah.
Or the tools they use to serve clients.
Yeah. Their customer testimonials are overwhelmingly positive, but it's important to take those with a grain of salt.
Absolutely.
And seek out additional reviews. And their blog content, it suggests they're trying to, establish themselves as thought leaders in certain areas, like Medicare and insurance. This deep dive has definitely given us a lot to think about.
It has.
What would you say is the most important thing for our listener to consider after exploring this information about Buckalew Financial Services?
I think, the most important takeaway is this deep dive is just a starting point.
Yeah.
It sparked a lot of, questions about Buckalew Financial Services.
Right.
But ultimately, it's up to the listener, to decide if this company really aligns with their needs and preferences.
So what would be a good next step for someone who's intrigued, by what they've heard but wants to dig a little deeper?
I'd say explore the website in more detail.
Okay.
See if they elaborate on those 1,400 software experts.
Yeah.
What role technology actually plays in their services.
Uh-huh.
Look for information about, the team's qualifications.
Yeah.
Their experience.
And maybe see if they have, any case studies
Oh,
or client success stories.
that go beyond just those brief testimonials.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The more information you gather, the better equipped you'll be, right?
Of course, yeah.
To determine if Buckalew is a good fit.
And of course, don't hesitate to reach out to them directly,
Yeah.
with any questions you have.
It's always a good idea to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Get a feel for their approach, how they interact with clients.
Oh, sure.
It's interesting. We've gleaned a lot from just their website alone.
We have. It really is a window into how a company wants to be perceived.
It is, yeah.
It's amazing how much you can learn, right,
Yeah.
from a company's online presence these days.
Uh-huh.
Their website, their blog content, their social media, it all tells a story.
Right. But as we've emphasized, it's just one piece of the puzzle.
It is.
You got to do your own research.
You do.
Compare them to other options and ultimately decide what feels right for you.
And remember, financial planning, it's not a one-time event.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process that evolves as your life changes.
Yeah.
As your goals shift.
Well said. Well said. It's been fascinating to take this deep dive into Buckalew Financial Services with you.
It has.
Hopefully, it's given our listeners some food for thought.
Yeah.
And a starting point for their own exploration.
Absolutely. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll revisit Buckalew in a future episode.
I like that idea.
See how their story unfolds.
We're always open to revisiting topics.
Yeah.
And seeing how things change over time. So thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery.
Absolutely.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive
Sounds good.
into a fascinating topic. Until then, stay curious.